Welcome back, everybody. Got to introduce you to something different. My brother dropped this beauty off about 2 weeks ago, and it was his enduro race car we were running, and we got another enduro coming up later this year, so I figured why not try to get it going again. She's a like 78 or something like that. She's fully decked out. Got the custom door bar on it. A fan shroud. Oh yeah, it doesn't have a fan. Lots of extra wheels. I know he's robbed some parts off of it. Looks like put a carb on it. Distributor. And I know he wants this radiator out. I have another one to stick in it. So it looks like everything else is here. So that's good. This thing ran to about 300 degrees the last time it raced, so I'm sure it's perfectly fine. I guess first things first is let's make sure she still rolls. Oh yeah. Yeah, it rolls no problem. Well, let's get the acorns out of this intake here. I'm not overly concerned with making this right at all. It just needs to function. It's been sitting for about a year or so. Alright, so obviously on GM cars, you got the old quadra junk spread bore. So you got to use one of these adapter plates here. I dug up all these studs I had laying around. That took a little while, but my goal here is obviously to spend zero. So we're just going to make do with whatever we can find laying around to get this puppy back up and running. Then maybe we can go thrash on it a little, you know, but don't tell my brother. Run these down in there. We don't want them vibrating loose when we're turning left. Race car style. NASCAR's station wagon series. Pretty hardcore. I wouldn't expect just anybody to understand. I got a question for you guys. Should I just ride along with Cody here and trade off during the race? Might make for some better footage that way. Or should I go buy my own car to race? I was thinking what I would do is go buy a vehicle either the day of or the night before, drive it to the race, and then, you know, just go ahead and prep it there and then race it. You don't gotta have like fancy roll cages and whatnots around these pots. I found all these nuts randomly laying around. Everything here is used big time. Probably should have cleaned that at least, but oh well. And then I got this carb gasket I literally found on my floor, so I'm sure that'll work just fine. And we're reusing the quadra-junk carb gasket, and the carb we're using is not a bad carburetor. I mean, it's just old and it needs rebuilt, but it was running on Old Blue not long ago. By Holley, it's a Street Demon, and it's got the goggle valve. It's a 3-barrel. It's kind of cool. That these actually run really good. This is not a sponsored thing by Holley. I bought that years ago on my own. Recycle, you know, good for the environment or something. Kind of working out of the farm truck here. I always keep these junky, allegedly 1/2-inch, really crappy set of wrenches in there. I've never used them actually until today. I think they were in somebody's free box at a swap meet, so I couldn't resist. I'll just hook up whatever's here. An effort to keep costs down. Looks like we got one vacuum port to plug on the back of her. Oh, no. You better not make me have to get into my rubber line stash. Bend it. Yep, there we go. Perfect. So what I do whenever I need one of these kind that take like a clip, just go find me a little machine screw. I grind 2 flats on it. And then put a cotter pin through it. Works pretty good. So that kind of lines up there. And just stick that through there. There we go. Nice and snug in there. And then you hope that you drilled the hole in the right spot. And I didn't. You know, beggars and hacks can't be choosers. Make sure everything clears. And yeah, good to go. So we got to plug a vacuum port back here. I got this chunk of petrified vacuum hose, and I'll just go ahead and thread this self-tapper into it, and that'll plug it off right up to the point where it doesn't. There we go. Number one plug out of it. Looks pretty good, actually. Now what the compression tester is going to do is show me when this cylinder is making compression. You know, if it makes compression. Just watch for that gauge to spike. Oh wow, this thing has no compression at all. Maybe my gauge is bad? Guess we'll just listen for this. There it went. We fish our screwdriver up in here, and then as we roll it, the screwdriver ought to get pinched by the piston while it's way up. Yep, there it is. So we want it to be all the way up. Oh, actually, the timing mark is accurate on this, bizarrely. So that's it. That's top dead center, hopefully. So we got a distributor here that I know nothing about. I'm pretty sure it's a small block Chevy one. We'll know that pretty quick. You know, I don't know if it's any good or if we're going to have to put a module in it or what, but generally speaking, number one on a Chevy points over here somewhere, kind of right at the back corner of the carburetor. And hopefully it's not too far off. Oh, come on, just drop in there for me. She dropped in, but I got the freaking vacuum advance hitting this stupid engine lifting tab here. Let me see if I can just bend it out of the way. We'll see if that gives us enough movement. Gotta slide the hold down on there, and a cheap distributor wrench is pretty much invaluable for things like this. Chevys, they're real tough to get to unless you got one. So we're just going to tighten it down snug because we want the oil pump to seat, but loose enough that we can play with it. Hopefully there's enough movement there we can get it running regardless of, I'm sure we're off a tooth or 3 or 4 or 7. Now hopefully the module and stuff is good in this still. I'm sure I pulled it for some reason, but who knows. I just wound on it to see if it would pull some gas up, and it sure did. I got the timing kind of just cranked all the way up. Let's see if she fires up. Heck! Well, that was hard. That was way too easy. But I'll take it. Let's put a fan on it and swap that radiator while we're over here. I accidentally left the camera on the fast forward earlier. This is the battery setup he's got going on. This is some random value crap battery I had. And, you know, he's got the farm and home relocation kit, just like the GTO. Let's go ahead and pull this radiator out for him. I know he wants to keep it, so let's not take any chances on it getting messed up. What the hell kind of hose clamp is this? Oh my god. I'd like to save this hose clamp too. I can't afford to put one of those on here. Good as new. Just unbolt the radiator here. Yep. Yeah. Here's the new, quote unquote, new one. Appears to be quite a bit larger. Yeah, that's like a lot bigger. All I care about is if the hood will shut on it, which I don't think is going to happen. No. The one that was in it, back in it. Dang it, now I gotta re-zip tie it in here. Budget is just going away right now. It's gone. He ran over a exhaust system off of a Grand Prix or something like that. That's how all this damage up here happened. We'll put her back on the track. Obviously that's going to be a little bit of a problem, but we can fix that. Yeah, this one will work. There we go. That's going to work for sure with no problems. I probably ought to put a little air in these just to get them off the ground. Well, 3 out of 4 ain't bad. That's what Meatloaf said, right? I think we're ready. Need to stop at the garden hose, fill the radiator up, and air them tires up all the way. Or maybe if we got 4 regular tires that hold air, we'll swap them out. I'm not sure. Have to look. Oh, I never tightened the distributor down. I have to do that. Oh, it doesn't have any tranny fluid. Walmart, by me, has Valvoline transmission fluid for 15 bucks a gallon. Regular price. That's $4 less than their house brand. I'm not telling nobody. Well, while we're in here, I figured we'll give her a tune-up too. Also from Walmart on their clearance rack for 3 bucks. Hopefully it doesn't take more than a gallon, because that's all I got. Quality. There. There. No power steering. Well, motor oil is pretty much the same thing as power steering fluid, right? Oh, way over full. That's gonna work for sure. Works pretty good. Let's go put some water in it. Ah, that's where it was going. Shifter linkage. It's broken, I think. Nope, that's right. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it fell off. Oh, the whole transmission. Oh, yeah. The transmission got ripped out of the car the last time it raced. Oops. Oh. Oh, my. I'm just going to baling wire the shifter linkage back together. Then we'll be totally fine. Mr. Average Sunday. Got her put back together, back on the track maybe. And it held up pretty good really, other than the burning and stuff. So good. So the engine is kind of sideways in here. I knew the transmission mount was broke. Well, actually I didn't know. Well, actually I did know, but I forgot. Basically I didn't know. And yeah, it's bad. It's bad for sure. This engine's in here at a solid 30-degree angle. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time. If you like this kind of deal too, you know, I do it all. I do it all. So, see you guys. Remember to hit that like, subscribe, and the bell, and all that stuff.